Local scientists are celebrating the birth of a new orca calf in the K pod this morning here. Hey, Abby.
Hey, you know, unfortunately, the experts still say that these southern resident killer whales are struggling. And for those who don't know, there are two types of orcas in Puget Sound in the Salish Sea. There are the transient orcas that eat mammals like seals. And we also have the southern resident killer whales that eat salmon. And sadly, the number of Chinook salmon has plunged over the decades. To talk more about these issues, let's bring in Dr. Deborah Giles, one of the world's leading experts on the southern residents. She is the Science and Research Director for Wild Orca. Dr. Giles, thanks so much for being here with us this morning. Question number one for you is, how big of a deal is this new orca calf, and will this new birth do enough to help the entire pod and population as a whole?
Hi, thanks for having me. This is a very big deal for K-Pod, and particularly the mom, K20, who has been pregnant many, many times since her last successful birth back in 2004. K-Pod is actually, unfortunately, has suffered the most from the three pods, and they haven't had a living calf since 2011. And so this calf is a very big deal for them. As far as the overall population, we really need to be seeing about 6 calves being born and living per year for this population to be on an upward trajectory.
Oh, wow. I mean, they're up against a whole host of environmental threats. Another question for you. So earlier this year, a new calf joined the J-pod, but another orca in that same pod is struggling. So what's happening there with the trends in that pod?
Well, again, so we're talking about a very small population of the animals. Depending on if we've lost an adult male, we're unsure yet. We're waiting for colleagues at the Center for Whale Research to confirm a little bit later when they've seen this family again, but we may have lost an adult male. So, but let's hope that we haven't. That would put this, with this new calf from K-Pod, our population in the wild at 75. That's not including Tokate that's in captivity. That would make it 76 for the southern residents. The situation is that they need a lot of food throughout their entire range, throughout the entire year. These are mammals like we are. They need to eat every day to maintain optimal health, not like, say, a humpback whale or a gray whale that is adapted to go through long periods of fasting. And so what the situation is, even within one pod, say J-pod, where this new baby, J59, appears to be healthy, and a more, a little bit older calf seems to be not thriving, that could just be the simple difference between those matrilines being able to come into contact with enough food. While they do try and travel together, or seem to travel together as a pod most often, when there's not enough food, the matrilines have to break up. And so it might just be a situation of that mom not getting enough food to feed J56. So again, it just underpins this absolute need for us to be recovering salmon throughout the whale's entire range.
Hey, Dr. Giles, thank you so much. We have about 10 seconds left, but I just want to highlight the food issue, the lack of prey, lack of Chinook salmon. Why can't the southern residents just eat something else?
It's not in their culture. They weren't taught to do that by their moms, so they're not going to start doing it now.
Yeah, wow. Hey, thank you so much for joining us, shedding light on these very important issues. We look forward to having you back again. Thanks, Dr. Giles.
Thank you.